Hello sailors, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's episode of As We See It, get your vocal cords ready and join us in our anthem as we take to the seas again, this time with Royal Caribbean. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. As like-minded individuals, I'm sure you'd like to know and be notified when we post content. So grab your passport, your suitcase, and have your set sail pass ready. Let's get this adventure started. Anthem of the Seas is the second ship in Royal Caribbean's Quantum class. Her maiden season was out of Southampton in 2015. Now we were lucky back then to sail her inaugural voyage and have been on the ship 5 times now, and she is one of our favourites. Weighing in at a modest 167,800 tonnes, she can reach speeds of 22 nautical miles and at double occupancy can hold 4,180 guests and just shy of 5,000 at full capacity. Whilst there are 18 decks on board, only 16 are accessible by passengers. With so many fun things to do on board, we know you're going to have just as much fun as we are. So let's go! Our adventure with Royal Caribbean starts 72 hours prior to the cruise. They're requiring that all passengers have a PCR COVID test rather than a lateral flow rapid antigen test. So we booked this to happen on the Sunday afternoon with their partner at Eurofins. Testing was quick and simple, we were in and out in 5 minutes. I was a little unhappy with the member of staff who didn't want to check my passport. I could have just been anyone doing the test on my behalf. Results will be back by 5 PM the following day. If not, then a call the following day after that was advised. I got a text around 9 PM that evening to say my sample had arrived at the lab. Around 2 AM I received an email to say that my test results were negative and that I was cleared to board. Now it's been 33 days since our last cruise, and this will probably be our final cruise of 2021. Well, unless there's a good deal on a short Christmas market cruise. Our 5-night UK Seacation cruise on board Anthem of the Seas will be porting in Liverpool and Belfast. Due to COVID, vaccinations and testing is required for travel. Each cruise company has a different policy and procedure. As I said, Royal Caribbean's you have to complete a PCR test at least 3 days prior to sailing. We were happy it was done this way, as it's always an anxious wait at the port for the lateral flow test to come back. We did a lateral flow rapid antigen test this morning before leaving home, because we always want to make sure before we have to travel. We arrived early at London Waterloo train station to have some breakfast. We're aboard the train now, so we'll see you in Southampton. We disembarked the train and went for a walk towards West Quay Shopping Centre. I need to get some dress trousers, and it was either going to be from John Lewis or Marks and Spencer's. After the shopping centre, it was time to head to the port. Come along, let's go! Let's not keep Anthem waiting. We walked down past Carnival Corporation's UK headquarters and then headed into the port, where the after the ship is visible. You can see Gigi, the giraffe, Ripcord by iFly, and 270 quite clearly. We dropped off our bags at baggage drop, went into the terminal building, got our set sail pass checked, through to security, and then on to be checked in. Our PCR test results were checked, and our vaccination records. We were then asked the health and safety screening questions again, and then had to show our passports. Our pictures were taken, and that was it. Checked in, explanation of where we'd find our stateroom keys, and it was a message of bon voyage, straight through, up to the gangway, and on board, and sitting in Cafe Promenade Sorrento's in approximately 20 minutes from curbside to boarding. Not bad, eh? We had a cup of tea and a slice of pizza in Cafe Promenade. After this we went for a wander around a bit before hearing the announcement that our rooms were ready. We went to our stateroom, dropped off the bags and watched the safety videos on our mobiles in the Royal Caribbean app. After this we headed down to our muster station to check in. We did this and spoke with the staff at the muster station, and we were then dismissed. We headed to the 270 cafe. We both had a roast beef hoagie and a large salad bowl and some iced tea, and then sat in the seats at the back of the 270 venue. 270 has amazing panoramic views across the back of the ship, and it's such an amazing venue any time of day or night. In the evenings it becomes a theatre venue. After lunch we headed back to the room to see if our luggage had arrived so we could unpack. After unpacking we spent some time out on the balcony. We then spent some time walking around the ship, and I took some film for you all to see different venues which we'll see later in the ship tour video. We'd booked a late dinner at 8 PM this evening, so after getting ready we headed out to see what atmosphere there was around the ship. We ended up in the Seaplex, one of my favourite indoor venues on board. We had to have a shot of the bumper cars, and as it was quiet we were able to make a booking as we were standing in the Seaplex. We walked around the arena straight onto the cars. We got the last two. Unlike at fun fairs, you don't have to go one way around, and you can hit head on and bash each other. I captured some of the fun for you on here. Yes, I know, bumper cars at sea, you just have to, don't you? Oh, drift. We ate this evening in Grille, one of our favourite restaurants on board. Paul had the tuna tartare, and I had the charred beef carpaccio, and we had a grilled black pepper bacon to share. We both had a steak for our mains. Paul had the 6 ounce and I had the 9 ounce fillet. This was accompanied with mac and cheese, cream spinach, french fries and Yukon Gold mashed potatoes. We did ask for my favourite tater tots, but these didn't arrive. We were stuffed at the end, so glad that they didn't have them. Oh, and dessert for me was baked cheesecake, and Paul had apple pie and ice cream. Dinner was followed by going back to where it all started earlier today in 270. We went to see Spectres Cabaret. This show is superb. It uses all the space, the 6 robot screens, and the screens covering the large windows all around the back of the venue. The music is phenomenal, and there's great remixes of songs that we know.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for us to travel to my happy place. Allow me to share with you my latest revelation. A pathway to invisible dimension. Not long ago, my friend Leonardo and I discovered a secret. Everything is connected. We are all energy. Always moving. Always changing. How do we ask did we come to that conclusion? Well, let me clear up the confusion. Everything has a rhythm. The tides of the sea, the blood flowing through you and me. Why, even the sun in the sky vibrates to a galactic beat. Like Alice down the rabbit hole. Let's plunge into the border. See you on the other side.
As the show comes to an end, and there are COVID protocols in place, they do ask you to stay in your seats. They dismiss different sections at different times, which is great, so people are not queuing by the doors on the way out. It was a very windy evening and Storm Aurora had hit the UK, and due to the wind and the rain, they had decided that it was unsafe to be in any area outside, so they closed these off. You could stand on your own balcony, but you did this at your own risk. We grabbed a cup at Cafe Promenade, then we took this back to the room. We then got ready for bed. On the way back, the ship was at a small tilt. It took a while to get to sleep with the wind howling outside, so with that, we'll bid you good night and see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.